Hi, Grizzlies. Welcome back to another episode of Grizzly True Crime. My name is Gisela K, and today we continue to look at, wow, what shall we call it? I mean, it's the storm that is the Laundries. Just trying to get any information, oh my word, out of this whole case. We want justice for Gabby, of course. And whoa, I hope you watched part 1 of my analysis of Brian Laundrie's notebook. If you didn't, please go check it out. There's already part 1 and 2 out. I'm analyzing everything page by page. So it's a deep dive. And I think you might find it interesting. And thank you for being here, by the way. If you could give this video a thumbs up. Thank you, mods, for being here. I know, again, it was a little bit short notice, but I really appreciate you being here. And welcome, as always, to members, to patrons, to subscribers, to viewers, to everyone. Okay. Yeah, Lorraine says, all of it makes me sick. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how to refer to it anymore. Me too. And I'm just like, whoa. So what I wanted to show you guys, there's quite a lot, actually, to go over. I put a poll out, so please make sure you answer the poll so that I can see what you guys think the trip refers to. But I am going to make sure that I'll just go over my little theory again first quickly, in case you didn't see this, but I hope that you'll go watch this video and then we'll get into it. So here's my channel, of course, and if you go scrolling down, we're live right now, yes. This one, Brian's Notebook page 1 analysis and Brian's Notebook page 2 analysis. I actually think it was in this one. I think it was actually in this part. It's part 1 or 2 where I speculated something. So we're going to quickly go over that, then we'll look at the tweet, okay? All right. And hope you guys like my new glasses. I sure do. So what I speculated was the fact that the Petito attorney said that the letter from Roberta to Brian Laundrie was in the van and then later in the house, and the FBI took it from the house. I was saying, how do they know it was in the van? So I speculate that maybe, let's play a scenario out. If Roberta Laundrie said, okay, to Brian, as soon as he got home with Gabby's van, if she said, okay, now everything that's in the van, just put it in a bag and just put it in your room and we'll deal with it later, type of thing. You see? So that is maybe how they knew it was in the van, because I can't figure out how else they would have known specifically it was in the van before. But if it's in a bag with all kinds of other stuff, like the seat cover, remember that was missing once the van had returned back. Thank you, Linda. Then that makes sense to me that, like, oh, the letter was in the van and now it's in a bag somewhere. Okay. Then it just makes no sense to me that Brian Laundrie comes home, right? He comes home with Gabby's van after murdering her. And then at some point there, Roberta is like handing him a letter when he's right there. He was right there. He was mowing the lawn. They went on a walk together and they went camping at Fort DeSoto. Sure, she could have given him the letter at Fort DeSoto. Possibly. She could have. Okay, but that's a bit late to offer to help him with something to do with Gabby, because that's how the Petito attorney Pat Riley worded it. That in that letter, she was offering assistance, and he described it as, let's say, you go to jail, I'm going to bake you a cake with a knife or a saw in it. So it's kind of like, I'll get you out of jail. You know what I mean? So, interestingly though, if he wrote the letter, if she wrote the letter before the trip, that's what I speculated. What if she wrote it when he came home between the 17th and the 23rd? And I hope you're following me. I hope you guys have been following this case and you're following my playlist, because otherwise you might feel a little bit lost. I'm doing my best to catch you up, but please go watch part 1 and 2 of the notebook analysis and you'll be right up to speed. And of course, the timeline videos and stuff. But if Brian went home from the 17th to the 23rd, I speculate he left Gabby at the Fairfields Inn and Suites and then drove the van home. I speculate that, okay? And that is how Roberta then wrote a letter during that time and then put the letter in the van. To help baby boy with, like, whatever happens from here, don't worry, bro, I can help you out type thing, which is quite sinister, actually. It's quite sinister and quite premeditated, as you guys say. I would also suspect, thank you, Beeldsquin, Nicholas. Thank you, Beeldsquin. Hello, South African friends. So, let's just hide this comment. I just want to see, okay. So, I'll go over this again so that you can follow what I'm saying, but it's what I've speculated. So when I saw this tweet today by JB, I'm like, what? I'm like, oh my word. So let me show you the tweet so that you can see, and I hope it doesn't like echo or do anything weird. Here's the tweet, okay? JB tweeted this 5 hours ago, and he says, Roberta Laundrie letter at WFLA has made multiple requests to attorney Steve Bertolino, for the letter from Brian Laundrie's mother. Then this is what he says, okay? The letter in question was written prior to the trip. Nothing further to comment on, Bertolino told me this morning. Oh, so Bertolino is kind of saying it's irrelevant it was written before the trip. Okay, so then it's irrelevant because it was written before Gabby was murdered? Is that what he's saying? Because that's sure what it sounds like. Which really, really ties into, and I could be wrong, as I say, I'm just speculating, but I strongly believe that after the Moab body cam footage incident, which we all know about, let me take this crawl line away. By the way, before I dive really deep into this, I'm sure the mods are also sharing it. If you want any of my links to anything, Patreon, YouTube membership, to my books, to my merch, to my anything you want, okay? It's all on grizzlytruecrime.com on a website that I made myself. I think I'll probably never stop saying that because I'm very proud I made it myself, okay? So I hope you enjoy that, grizzlytruecrime.com. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's get in. We're going to look at that article, but I did look at it. It doesn't really go much more into this. But if he's saying the letter in question was written prior to the trip. Now, please answer the poll. I'll have a look at your results now. What do you think the trip means? Nothing further to comment on. To me, that means before Gabby was murdered. So I think after the Moab body cam incident, my theory would be that Brian Laundrie's DV abuse escalated. And I think, speculatively, Gabby was already in a state when she had stayed at the hotel. And I think he left her there to almost like recover. He must have left her there with her laptop because I believe she worked on her website and on her YouTube channel during that time. I know there was a power outage at the Fairfield Inn and Suites. I also said, and I think in part 1 or 2, I can't remember now, with the letter analysis, I also said that, sorry, I'm taking it slow because we've got to think this out. Okay? I was also saying that maybe he even took her phone with him. Okay, remember he went home to clear out a storage locker. Now that's interesting too. There's actually so much to dive into. Someone sent me an email today to show me that there's a property that was sold and had its closure date, the date of closure, whatever, was on August 13th. And that speculatively is the date that Brian Laundrie booked flight tickets. However, I speculate that he drove the van home. I don't think he got on a flight. Now, she could have had black eyes or injuries, possibly, Raina, possibly. Now, okay, let me just quickly back it up and say this. Let me say this. Okay. I like thinking it out with you guys. Thank you for being here. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do that. Subscribe, become part of this community. We have lots of interesting conversations over here with each other. So, remember when Gabby's dad said that he FaceTimed her on the 21st and that she asked him to help her order pizza. He ordered Domino's pizza. It got sent to her room. That, okay? But then in the Peacock special, this could have just been a little slip up. FaceTimed with her on the 24th and her mother FaceTimed with her on the 25th. Which makes me speculate, what if the call on the 21st was really actually just a call from the hotel phone, which means she didn't have her phone with her because Brian, the control freak, took it with him. Speculatively. He could have even taken her laptop and her friggin' phone, and she could have been working downstairs on the hotel computers, for all we know. However, if she had her laptop and her phone and everything, fine, we can go that way too. There's obviously lots to speculate. I'm just saying, if she had it with her, and she was in that hotel room for all the time, which we don't know what she was up to. I know that there's been some speculation, but that's like hearsay, but there has been some that she met some other woman there and they went for haircuts together and that other woman took the picture of her at that butterfly mural. Remember that? However, the fact that picture was posted and said Happy Halloween with a fly and a pumpkin, I think that was Brian that did that. He's was extremely controlling, possessive, narcissistic, and all that we know, right? Yes, Shannon, she did talk to her dad while she was in the hotel. Yes, she did. I agree. But it could have been a call and not a FaceTime because he, in the Peacock special, said FaceTime on the 24th. That's all I'm saying. But I know that they spoke. So also to say, can you please help me order pizza if she had a phone, a laptop, and everything? Yes, there was a power outage. Yeah, man, I wonder what she sounded like, how she was. Of course, she wouldn't like at that point, victims of DV, they wouldn't just necessarily, and I'm generalizing, just say, oh my word, I'm in big trouble, like this guy did this and this, or whatever it is. Maybe at that point it was just really scary, And maybe she didn't know exactly when Brian was coming back. Maybe he said, you stay here, I'll be right back. And then it took him 6 days. Because if he, new follower, thank you, Weatherbird, if he drove the van home, he can do it. He's crazy enough. He did it already. He did it already on the 28th or 9th of August, drove home. So he could have actually even done a practice run to drive home in a way. He could have even done that, I don't know, to confuse who knows what, sightings of him or something. You just don't know with this guy. Anyway, but let me see. I don't want to miss anything. He was first at Cassie's house. The letter waited for him. That could be it too. That could be it too. He's using the term loosely. Yeah, this is the thing. He's using the term loosely, so he isn't lying. I agree that obviously Steve Bertolino is a lawyer. He's an attorney. So I think he's being vague about it so that he doesn't have to say exactly when the undated letter was written. But again, if you look at this one that says Roberta Laundrie letter at WFLA has made multiple requests to attorney Steve Bertolino for the letter from Brian Laundrie's mother. The letter in question was written prior to the trip. Nothing further to comment on. Now, this letter could have been written prior to the trip, which could have been Fort DeSoto, which means it was written between the 1st of September and the 6th, let's say, and then taken with her, and they all went camping. She gave him the letter, and then I still then speculate that he went with Cassie and James to their house, and from there to the preserve. That's what I speculate, because no one really spotted him. We don't have any neighbors that said they spotted him after the camping trip. So there's that as well. Yeah, Brian told police he couldn't afford to stay anyway. Yeah, but then he had $20,000 in his account, didn't he now? And his parents also sold the property it was closed, if that's the correct terminology, on the 13th of August. So I think he had to rush back to maybe get stuff out of the condo's storage locker, things like that. He might have had to, but it's interesting. Ooh, I can't wait either. I can't wait. So right now we're in speculation mode. But when I saw this, I was like, oh my word. I want to know more about the clearing of the storage locker. Me too. I'm not going to be surprised if they say he didn't actually fly home, guys. What actually happened was he drove the van home. Leaving Gabby there. That's why she stayed there the whole time. Then he cleared out the storage locker or whatever and then drove back. I wouldn't be surprised. But you never know. You never know. I'm very curious. Yeah. What I saw today was, it's actually on one of these comments on this WFLA post. Someone said, can't wait to see the recorded confession. So remember when JB was talking about the notebook, and then he had Pat Riley, the Petito attorney, on the show as well, on the phone. Pat Riley said there's a second confession from Brian Laundrie, and it's in electronic format, which I assumed, because of the way it was said, that it's an electronically written thing. But what if it's a video? Someone here was assuming already, implying it's a video. It could be a video. Can you imagine if we see that? Oh my word. Okay, Jeff Brown says, the channel is speculation. Yeah, true crime is speculation until we know. And speculation is okay. Yes. Wouldn't there be some sort of license plate reader that picked up the van if he drove home? Yeah, there would be, and we don't know about it. We don't know everything, you know what I mean? So crazy. Oh my word. Okay, let me quickly go look, and then we'll look at the article at what your poll results are. So let's just open this one. I hope it doesn't. Okay, it's on mute, so that's good. So, well, Gabby had driven the van before. He didn't drive the van. He left the van knowing that Gabby would not drive it. I like all your thoughts. Your thoughts are welcome. We're just speculating. So feel free. Go wild. Say what you want to say. Just please keep it grisly. Don't fight with each other. I mean, you can fight with me if you want. I could take it, but don't fight with each other. Okay. He didn't drive the van. He left the van knowing that Gabby would not drive it. I think Gabby would in that situation. Possibly she would drive it. Yes. But he could have taken the key. Could have just taken the key. Could have left the van and just taken the key and flown home. That's another possibility. My question is, if it is in fact not relevant, just release it. That's the thing. I mean, Bertolino is the first to release things. He released the notebook pages. Never forget, he's the one that during this waiting period in the civil suit, he decided, you know what? Yeah, 2 days later, I'm just going to, as soon as the judge said we're going to wait 2 weeks, I'm just going to release the notebook pages. I mean, Okay. And now, what now? Now he doesn't want to release Roberta's letter. Huh? Yes, Gabby said she didn't like it or was afraid to drive. However, if you look at videos from their own YouTube channel, right, her YouTube channel, she was driving the van when the trip started, but that was, of course, from the first trip they took. But she used to drive a van. She's not like actually afraid to drive. She could drive, especially around Moab, you know, or Salt Lake City. Yes. I like that. I don't think that Brian realized. Wait, wasn't that one? Sorry, I'll read this one though. I don't think that Brian realized that his van was caught on Red, White, and Bethune's dash cam. He didn't expect us to know we had parked, in my opinion. There is so much to discuss here. Let me first look at the poll. Remember that Gabby Petito was officially reported missing on September 11th. By September 14th, there were people petitioning outside the house. The neighbors in the neighborhood by the Laundries said that they spotted a person who looks just like Brian Laundrie running out of the backyard over that wall, which we also did map time on. Remember that? Running down the road, or, like making a beeline. Okay, that was on the 17th. Interesting. I find that interesting. So I still think he could have, and that was the same day his parents actually reported him missing, was on the 17th. So imagine if this whole putting the Mustang, bringing the Mustang back and all that was just the initial plan to make as if he's like on the run or something. But actually, yeah, then he just did the plan. He actually just was like, I'm getting out of here, and did the whole plan. Okay, so, and Red, White, and Bethune, didn't they release their stuff on the 17th as well? I think so. Anyway, so let's look at, I say, what do you think the trip refers to? 35% of you guys said Brian's trip back to Utah. So I'm assuming you know that it's from the 17th to the 23rd. He went to Florida, speculatively, allegedly, that's what they say. And then Brian's trip back to Utah. 35% say that's what you think the trip refers to. 34% say the Fort DeSoto trip. 24%, that's actually a very high number, which says the whole van life trip. Then imagine, what did she write then? Burn after reading? Then what would she be helping him with if it was the whole van life trip? Huh? Like what? If something goes wrong, or if your DV behavior escalates and you do something, if you slip up, you go too far, don't worry, mommy's going to help you. Is that what you're saying? Maybe. And then something else, 6% comment in chat. So I guess you guys are commenting in the chat. He went on the run before she was found. That's so crazy. That Fort DeSoto trip was so sketchy too. Yeah, she was found on the 19th, right? Red, White, and Bethune. So glad that Red, White, and Bethune were in the right place at the right time. Otherwise, I don't know if Gabby would be found. Makes no sense. I know, right? I think the mom and dad took the Mustang to the reserve so Brian could escape. That's what I'm thinking. What if they took the Mustang there? It was actually on the Monday, huh? And it was back at the house on the Wednesday. And on the Friday, he was reported missing. And on the Friday, the 17th, is the same day the neighbors said they saw Brian running down the street. Yeah, with his backpack, probably barefoot. No, he had flip-flops. Remember, we did the whole autopsy report thing. Yeah, when he rages. Because Cassie, as she said, he always comes home when he rages. I think so. She didn't finish the sentence, but I agree with you. Also, what do you guys think of this new the Lifetime movie? My word, it's so awkward. I don't even want to talk about it because I think it's triggering. Honestly, I find it quite triggering to watch because, like, you're gonna reenact the fight between them. You're gonna wow. Like, I don't know. I'm not looking forward to that. I don't even think I could watch it, right? When you abuse to such an extent, you would not drive a van. You have zero self-esteem. He eroded her away. Well, yeah, I can't disagree with that. They picked up that Mustang days after realizing, okay, he's where we planned it be. Now let's go get it. Call the police. Say he went missing. They gave him time. Right? Yeah, there's a movie. Oh, my word. Let's see if I can... I wonder where it is. Wait. And then I'll show you the article. Show you the article first. Let's get to that first. So here, just so that in case you guys are feeling a bit lost, if anyone is, I don't think you are. You guys are smart. You spot on. Okay, that's way too soon for a movie. So let's first look at the WFLA article. They say Gabby Petito family attorney claims Roberta Laundrie sent a letter to her son, Mark, burn after you read. Okay, so Tampa, Florida, one of the lawyers representing, wait, let's just zoom in for you. One of the lawyers representing the parents of Gabby Petito told WFLA Okay, on Friday, that there's more evidence they would like to see released from the Laundrie family. The Laundrie family's attorney, Steve Bertolino, released 8 pages of Brian Laundrie's notebook on Friday that included what appeared to be a confession that he killed his fiancée. If you haven't seen that, I'm deep diving it page by page. Please go check it out because I'm almost ready to do part 3. Okay? Yes, nay, I'm from South Africa. Yes, I am. I'm living in the Netherlands and I'm South African. Okay, so apparently there's more pages as well. It's not just these 8 pages. Now I want to see that too. Okay. Haha, not me thinking he should burn after he read it at first. Right. Okay. Yeah, yay. Are you also? Maybe? Okay. Let's see one more message here. Amanda says, I've always thought his parents saw or found him when they went to get the car and left him for the police to find. They were stunned when they didn't, so that's why they went back after the searches. I mean, possibly, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, he's twisting my melons, man. Moving on. Happy Haggies. Right, so they say here, he released 8 pages. Pat Riley, the attorney who represents Gabby's parents, Joseph Petita and Nicole Schmidt, sent a statement to WFLA after expressing shock that the notebook contents were revealed. He later joined WFLA Now Live, however, questioning why more wasn't released. And they were all like, oh, more. Alleged letter to Brian. I find it ironic that Mr. Bertolino says he was in full transparency releasing this. Well, someone should ask him why he doesn't release the entire notebook. The entire notebook. Oh my word, how much more is there? What? But more importantly, ask him why he doesn't release Roberta Laundrie's letter to his son, Riley said. That was, whoa, mic drop moment. Riley claims the letter appears to be written by Brian's mother, Roberta Laundrie, to her son after Gabby Petito was killed. Bertolino has that letter, according to Riley, who said he doesn't have a copy. But now Bertolino's saying, no, it was written before the trip. See, that's why you guys are voting. Also, if you think this is the first time I'm covering this right here, no. We already covered this days ago. That is why you got to make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified when I'm either going live or doing uploads. Because you got to keep up. You got to do your homework. Otherwise, you guys all send me links and emails like, oh my word, did you hear this? Yes, we all covered it together. Yes, we did. We're on it. Okay. It doesn't mean I'm like, I know it all the time. Okay. You could send me things. But yes, we covered this. We were there. We looked at it and I'm like, what? There's more pages. Another electronic confession, which could be a video. And Roberta's letter? Wow. That was crazy. Yeah, Ruthless. You tell them, Ruthless, keep up, folks. Okay, I publish stuff almost daily, so I do hope people will keep up. Okay, they say that he said, Pat Riley, right? There's some pretty extreme things she said in there that, without having the letter here to quote it, I don't want to say, but I'll simply tell you there's some pretty extreme things that were contained within the letter, Riley said. According to Riley, the letter is undated, so it's not entirely clear when it was written. However, Riley claims it was certainly based on what's contained within the letter. It would appear as though the letter were written after Gabby was killed and before Brian took his life. Now Bertolino says it was written before the trip, which means it was speculatively, if it was Fort DeSoto, sure, then that's what it means. If it was written before Brian took the trip back to Utah or before the whole van life trip, whoa, can you imagine how scary that must be for Pat Riley to think that this was after Gabby was killed? I mean, imagine what she'd already gone through with him if a letter like that was written speculatively before the trip. Whoa. Okay, so he said, I will tell you, by the way, that on the envelope that contained the letter, the words burn after you read this were written. Roberta's a dark horse. Oh, my word. Riley told WFLA.com the letter is one of the items that was revealed Friday during a meeting between him and Bertolino at the FBI Tampa offices. I don't know if that letter was written before or after he came back to Northport, but the most I want to say is there was an offer to assist Brian with some things in that letter, Riley said. A lawsuit filed by Petito's family claims that the Laundries knew about Gabby's murder and were planning to help Brian leave the country. Riley has previously alluded to the existence of evidence to back that claim. Then he said, that's not a part of the note, not to my recollection. So let's just see that. Wait, a lawsuit filed by claims the Laundries knew. Okay, yeah. And then evidence to back the claim. Then he said, that's not a part of the note, not to my recollection, Riley noted. According to Riley, the letter was found in the Laundrie family's home, but was taken out of the van that Brian and Gabby had been traveling the country in. I'm led to believe he received that before he came back to Northport, but I don't know that for certain, which makes sense. If you put the two lawyers, what they're all saying, together, if Brian got the letter before he returned to Northport, it means he would have gotten it between the 17th and the 23rd. If you just use logic, because it's undated, so I shouldn't send it to him. So if he came home from the 17th to the 23rd and he murdered Gabby on the 28th, you see what I mean? It means he was back in Utah on the 24th. So it was, you know what I mean? It means that she gave it to him between the 17th and the 23rd. Angela, I don't know. Your name should be. If you remember, your name should be in green. Just check. Just hit the join button and see what's up. I don't know. Okay. So, yes. So if you use pure logic, it means she wrote the letter before he went back out to Utah, before he killed Gabby, which is very, very scary to think about. What was Roberta offering to help him with? Huh? Was it just because of the Moab incident and the law enforcement feathers that were ruffled there? Is that what she was referring to? I don't think so. You say Heavenly Clouds. I think the notebook was written with the whole family was on the camping trip. Okay, but we can actually kind of rule out the camping trip. Do you guys agree with me? Because look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I'm led to believe he received that before he came back to Northport, and he arrived back on September 1st. But I don't know that for certain. Okay. And Bertolino said, Bertolino confirmed the existence of a letter Friday in a message to WFLA Now's JB, I do know it's a movie and what she wrote on the cover of a letter to Brian many months before the trip. Oh, wow. Wait. Wait. The sentence, I didn't pay attention. I'm like, wait. So, I do know it's a movie and what she wrote on the cover of a letter to Brian. So, burn after reading is a reference to a movie. And what she wrote on the cover of a letter to Brian many months before the trip had the title of the movie on there. Excuse me? What? I'm stuck here because I'm like, excuse me. So what was Roberta offering to help Gabby with? So that Pat Riley thinks it was to help him after he had murdered Gabby. Can you imagine how sinister it is? Oh, I'm shocked. Okay. It's an odd reference. So Bertolino, unless he's just, I don't know, making this up or what? Why would he though? He's apparently the king of transparency, isn't he? Thank you to iDowns for your $5 super sticker. Thanks for your coverage. It's a pleasure. Thank you for being here. Can we just look at the sentence again, guys? This is wow. This is not the context that I read it in first because I missed this one sentence right here. Oh my word. I was looking at the tweets and I was looking at the article and I'm like, okay. We're going to discuss this. Bertolino says, I do know it's a movie and what she wrote on the cover of a letter to Brian many months before the trip. So the trip is the van life trip? What? And already then Roberta was saying, burn after reading and that she can help him do what? That is insane. If true. Amanda, because this is what I don't think Brian would just carry a letter with him that was written months prior to the van trip. And that's the thing, they finished building the van and then went on the van trip. So actually, Bertolino is probably lying over here a little bit, being vague, keeping us like shifting, deflecting, because he doesn't want us to know that Brian, when he returned home, is when Roberta probably wrote that letter. Because that would really, then that letter would really incriminate Roberta, don't you think? Yeah, these are semantics, okay? But okay, what Bertolino resists a notepad. True. Of course, yes. So it's a notepad, and they had us believe, right, that it's going to be this whole notebook. And we've looked at Brian's notebooks in the past. We've looked at Gabby's journals that looks like a notebook. And this was a notepad. I agree with you. I've never heard that size of pad referred to as a notebook. My thoughts are Bertolino was attempting to keep his words consistent with the report of what is found. That's true, Diva. That's true. Probably. Oh, my word. That's so hectic. This makes no sense. Why would you write a letter to someone who's currently living in your house? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense either. I think I'm still going to say, no matter what Bertolino says here, the thing that makes the most sense to me is that Roberta wrote the letter to him when he came home from the 17th to the 23rd. And then he either flew back or drove back in the van. Whether he took the van there or flew there, he either flew back or drove the van back, and the letter was there. And then when he got home after murdering Gabby, then she probably is like, okay, let's just take that seat cover off and let's wash the seat cover or something. And let's just put everything that was in the car, like let's just put that in a bag and then let's just put some new stickers on the car, right? You know what I mean? Remember the new stickers on the car? What the hell was that? My word. Okay. So during the exclusive call with WFLA, Riley also spoke about the confession and explanation of Gabby's death that was released from Brian Laundrie's notebook and notepad, right, Tiva? Notepad on Friday. That's the version, he said. There's another version. I don't have a copy of the other version yet, but I've been advised there's another version that he authored that we will be getting, hopefully through the Freedom of Information request. That does not entirely match up this particular version. Ooh, I want to see that version because what exactly doesn't entirely match up? I want to see it. So we're first going to deep dive every single page of what was released. So please make sure you subscribe, bell, every that follow, because sometimes I run out of notifications. Then I do like YouTube shorts or I put on my story. If you see a little red circle on my Grizzly logo, go check it out because there's something on my story usually then. Not many of you know about the story feature, huh? There's like 10 people that view that stuff. Did someone fly up there and drove back with Brian? Roberta might have sent a letter with that person. That is possible too. Thank you for your Swedish Corona, 55 of them. Hey, 55. 5's my favorite number. 55's great. 555 favorite number. Yes. I think it's because I'm just going to take a slight side note just to take a breath. I think I like the number 555 because when I was a kid in South Africa, I watched lots of American crime movies and things like that, right? I've always loved true crime and crime movies and things like that. And they always, you know, when they call the police or whatever, or they dial the number, it's always like 555, blah, 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 blah. Movie numbers. So I think that's why. I think he wrote two versions to see which one would fly. And one is electronic and the other one is a written notepad. Oh my word. Even if she wrote it before they left on the band trip, she knew he was going to need an out. This is the thing. Rambling Rome. She knew that he's going to need help to get out of huge trouble. Because otherwise, why write a letter? If she thought it's just going to be like, oh boy, it's a assault charge or like, oops, it's like, I don't know, you were caught with drugs or something. Huh? You see, then why would she write a letter? And clearly he didn't listen either. He's very undisciplined, okay? We know this already. He didn't listen to his mom. She's like, burn after reading. She must be pissed that this is out there. Okay. The mother resorted to writing a letter to her own son to communicate because the son was raging so often. I mean, speculatively. Thank you to PT Noddedman. Thank you for your 20 euros super sticker. Maybe the letter was full of bad things about Gabby and says Brian should leave her. Brian maybe showed Gabby that letter on the trip and that added fire to all the fighting. I wouldn't doubt it. Wouldn't doubt it. Yes, exactly. 555. Yeah, 555, blah, blah. Me as a kid. 555, yes. And I thought that's how American numbers worked. 555. So, yes, when I went to America when I was 11 on a swimming tour, because I was a competitive swimmer, and people had like, they said their numbers there or whatever, or like you could call, I don't know, a pizza place. I'm like, why isn't it 555? I thought everything was 555. These movies have lied to me. And so my love of true crime was born. I must investigate. We all know Roberta did not like Gabby. Can't wait to deep dive page 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with you guys. Those I'm doing is uploaded videos, okay? Not live streams because I want to focus, be in my thought process and deliver you, you know, the deepest thinking I can about it. And there's so many layers. I've also got Sarah, who's, I don't know if it's Sarah, are you in our chat right now? She analyzes handwriting. She did a course. She said, by no means is she like a professional. I would say yet, but based on all the hours she's done, lots and lots of hours of analyzing handwriting. She sent me a whole analysis, which is actually really interesting. So yeah, if you guys want to hear that, I want to share that with you in the next video. Okay, thank you, Wendy. You love the deep dives. It was written before the whole trip. It was something for him to keep and take on his trip. A memento. He's a baby boy. Can you imagine it? Yeah, like a safety blanket. But it was a little safety letter. Just remember, mommy's here for you no matter what you do. September 1st, Lloyd Upright. Okay, so sorry. Let's carry on here. According to Riley, the alleged second confession is on a device. Is it a typed out note? WFLA's now JB Burner asked. Riley responded, to the best of my knowledge, yes. Oh, you mean it could be a video? Can you imagine if it's a video confession? Like a YouTube video that's like unlisted and not released or something. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Oh my word, if Brian actually made a video, we'll be like, wait, what? That's still going to be a lie. Don't get your hopes up. It's all lies, all of it. Yes. Okay, so Courtney says, I'm behind, but has anybody tossed around this being a law enforcement transcription of the wet, hardly decipherable found book? This would explain the spelling, as well as the book itself being related. I mean, law enforcement does have little notepads like that. It's not a bad point. But then they wouldn't write it like that, would they? Unless, imagine if a police officer read this. Imagine, yes, I get what you're saying here. There is a small possibility of that. What do you guys think? There's an audio confession? Where? Give it to me. I want it. Ooh, my word, oh my word. Drone video. You just gave me the chills, possibly. Yeah, an electronic notebook. A little doodle on a pad. Oh, my life, right? Did Brian stop at Cassie's before he went to Northport? Maybe she was told to give him the letter before he made it back home. And remember, there were some of those postcards, that were also undated, okay? They were just there, found in the van. Do you remember that? Yeah. Wet does not equal bad spelling. Bertolino is covering his butt for the trial. I think so too. But I like how feisty Pat Riley is like, oh, you want to release notebook pages or notepad pages? Oh, why didn't you release the letter then, huh? Why didn't you release the rest of those pages? I'm like, oh yeah, grill him. Get him to release all that. Because what? Unless, of course, it affects the civil suit, then we don't want that. Okay, so is it a typed out note? To the best of my knowledge, yes. When asked about the confession released Friday from Brian Laundrie's notebook, Riley said he does not believe the story. Of course not. None of us believe that. But anyway, we are looking at it to the best of our ability of like what in the hell actually happened. Yes. Brian left her there is the lowest of all. I've got so many things. If you guys, I mean, there's so many of you here now. I just want to share a few things. Okay, so firstly, let's look at this movie thing. So bad, so bad. Wait, is it this? Someone met Brian halfway in Alabama on his trip back from Utah. Alabama on his trip. Ooh. This case. All of this violence towards women is just ridiculous. I agree. Yes. Hello. Can we please see this movie thing? A word. Why are we buffering? Are we buffering? Wait, I just want to find it quickly. I hope I can find it. I want to see this. Why would he be going to? Why was he also never charged with her murder? Why was it only the card fraud thing? I don't understand that. Why? Maybe she sent it through his sister. Well, yeah. The postcards were also undated. I'm just saying. Where was that letter? Found in the house. In the laundry house or in Cassie's house? Ooh, imagine that. Oh, my word. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to find a clip of this Lifetime movie. I didn't really plan on showing this now. Plan on showing it later. But I'm trying to look for it, so hold on. Hello to Lieutenant Pete and hello to Rochelle Pranzo. Loving your car, Rochelle Pranzo. Am I buffering at all? Are you guys okay? Because on my side, there's a little bit. Okay, wait. Let's just see if this one's got it. First look at Gabby Petito movie filming draws criticism online. Well, yes. Behind the scenes photos and videos show two actors portraying Petito and Laundrie reenacting an argument. I hate it. Okay, Salt Lake City. Just days after the murder confession in Brian Laundrie's notebook was released, the public is getting a first look at the made-for-TV movie about Gabby Petito's death. The news has sparked some backlash online from users calling the decision to make the movie tone-deaf and exploitative. Behind-the-scenes photos and videos show two actors portraying Petito and Laundrie reenacting an argument in which the actor portraying Laundrie storms off in a white van. Oh no! So it's like right here. This is apparently who's playing Brian, who's playing Gabby. I just want to see if it's here. Twitter users widely condemned the images, with several pointing out that it's been less than a year since the 22-year-old's body was found in Wyoming's Bridger Teton National Forest. Can't believe this even needs to be said, but we do not need a Gabby Petito murder movie. We don't, one user said. I just want to see if we can find it. The actors look nothing like them. I agree. Oh, no. It's terrible. Is it this? Could be this. And I just want to show you some other things. So first look from the movie set. Oh, no. Trigger warning, everyone. Use that bunny emoji because I don't like. For me, I'm like, it's disrespectful and hard to watch. Filming the true story. Oh, my gosh. Wow. Let me make myself smaller so you can actually see. Yes, we've seen the Notebook. Oh, man. Luckily, I can't find it. Right now. I don't think you guys want to. If you want to find it, go find it. If you want me to cover it, sure, I'll cover it. I saw Pascal covered it, so you can see it there too. Are the Petitos supporting the film? No. Neither family is. Okay. We don't care about. Okay. The Laundries at this point, but neither family is given permission to make this movie. They don't like it, from what I can gather. Grizz growl. Grizz don't curse because Grizz got big teeth. I don't think I want to watch it. They must be putting words in their mouth. This is horrible. It's so horrible. It's like showing them fighting and then him like pushing her, the actor, of course. But I'm like, oh no, this is terrible. Yeah, Pascal, he said it so well. I said it on Twitter as well. Pascal also said the families haven't even approved it and they're still filming it so wrong. When I watched Pascal's episode, if you guys don't know who Pascal is, the Pascal Show, a friend, go subscribe if you want, if you like it, right? And when he had the video on that topic of this movie, the very first line before his intro was, "This is a hard no for me, dog." I'm like, you said it. It's a hard no for me. It's a hard no. A movie no, that's disgusting. And the movie is like reenacting the fights between them, which is even worse. Lulu Flowers and everyone else, welcome to membership. Sorry if I missed anyone. Sorry. Yeah, they don't even know the whole story. None of us do. And they're already like, movie time. Why? I mean, the What's Lifetime movie was terrible, in my opinion. Okay, let me know what you think. But yes. Oh, my word. Okay, so one more thing I want to show you here. Well, there's a few things. 980 people here. Thank you for being here. Hope you hit the thumbs up. Nobody knows the full story. What is there to reenact? That's so disrespectful and horrible, right? So Gabby Petito's mom, Nicole Schmidt, wrote here, fed up. We covered this the other day. I actually covered it in a YouTube short. So I hope you guys can see my shorts on all devices. If not, make sure you check it out sometime. She said, fed up. Hashtag narcissist. The truth will be revealed. Can't wait. The truth will be revealed. Put those Laundries, man, and Bertolino. The truth will be revealed. Selfish. We won't stop. Justice for Gabby. Keep going. Cowards. And she said, narcissist rewrites history to escape accountability. You are not crazy. Yes. Megs, you just joined my Patreon? So cool. If you guys are members on my channel, please check out the community tab right after this, because I've got a special video there, which is my animal commentary. I said it is animal commentary, which you guys love. The patrons all love it. That's the type of videos I share on Patreon. Of course, I also share canal walks, castle walks, all kinds of things here from the Netherlands. It's everything that's not really, no, it's not everything, not true crime. There's some true crime stuff there. I share documents on there. I share true crime podcast episodes on there. And there's a whole cannibal series on there. So if you're into that as well, my word, that it's a bit darker. It's darker true crime and then very light and bright stuff like animal commentary. So if you want to support me here on YouTube, great. But I would also recommend checking out Patreon because there's very cool perks on there for you. So thank you. Yeah, narcissist will gaslight until death. And like literally, Brian Laundrie is an example of that, right? Oh my word. Sue says the animal commentary is the best. Okay, so what I wanted to show you while we're here is it this? No, it's not this. I was actually going to film a video today, but then I thought we need to talk about this, okay? Your friend Pascal was so funny comparing the before and after Lifetime movie to reality Burger King. Check it out. Yeah, he was. I saw it. I checked it out. He is hilarious. And he covers things so well. Okay, so look at this. This is an old article, October 14, 2021. And of course, this is what I do, a deep dive, but then I also go back just to be like, wait a minute, right? Former prosecutor reveals details of how Gabby Petito's body was found after analyzing the crime scene footage. The reason I'm saying this is in preparation for the deep dive I'm about to do on page 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the notepad. Okay. So, after the release of the Teton County coroner's autopsy of Gabby Petito, more details are emerging about how the 22-year-old was found. Wyoming coroner Dr. Brent Blue revealed that Petito's cause of death was strangulation and disclosed that her body had been out in the wilderness for 3 to 4 weeks before she was found. However, he declined to go into details about what state she was found, but a former prosecutor is revealing his own observations from the scene. The reason I'm doing this is because we've got to clear the air a little bit because there's been a lot of speculation since then. And there's been all these people piping up claiming to know this and this and this. But I like to look at, like, I know this is your tango, but like the news articles, you know what I mean? And just see, what did they actually say back then? So they say, yeah, helicopter footage of the Gabby Petito crime scene was analyzed. Kurt Morgan, a longtime Salt Lake County prosecutor, analyzed footage taken by a helicopter that flew over Grand Teton National Park shortly after Petito's body was found. The footage taken by KSL has not been made public in its entirety, but the outlet did show the video to Morgan for his analysis. Morgan says there were no signs of struggle at the crime scene. I'm going to speculate big time on what that means to me in my upcoming videos. It will come out shortly, so please make sure. I still have to film it, okay? So they're still filming it. I might film it right after this live stream, okay? So it could come out tonight, it could come out tomorrow morning, but please make sure you subscribe, hit the bell so you know when it's coming. So there's no signs of struggle at the crime scene. He said, one of the things I've been seeing in this story is a history of these individuals getting into fights, and she attacked him. No, okay, but said Morgan, I don't see that here. All I see is one individual who suffered the damage and no evidence of injury created by her. Morgan did not notice marks on the ground that might indicate that Petito was fighting her attacker. He also noted that there were no signs that her body was moved or dragged. You see? This is going to be interesting for the next part of the deep dive. Keep this in mind. I want you to pin these things that I'm showing you in your mind so that when we go through it for the deep dive, we can all have interesting conversations in the comments, okay? You can have it now too. So, Morgan says Gabby Petito's killer fled quickly. Judging by the helicopter footage and the statement made by the coroner who examined Petito's body, she was not buried after her death. There had previously been speculation that a black tarp taken from the van Petito shared with Brian Laundrie, no, it was her van, but okay, yes, was used to cover her. This is unconfirmed. There are also reports that she was covered with a blanket. Morgan also noted there was a pair of hiking boots located beside the body. We're going to go into that as well, because I find that, wow, the fact that he's so against shoes and all that, and he leaves her out there just like that on the ground with her shoes next to her, is a narcissistic statement in itself. And remember that in his notebook at the end, he said that Gabby hates people who litter. Please pick up my things because Gabby hates people who litter, but yet he left her out there with her boots next to her. So he, in fact, littered. Do you know what I mean? Oh, it's so disrespectful to her. It's horrible. There are also reports that, that she was covered with a blanket. It's unclear if these boots belong to Petito. That's interesting too. Morgan claimed that the scene suggests that Petito's killer acted quickly and did not stick around. This was quick. This was not sitting here for 5 or 6 hours trying to figure out how to conceal a crime, which does the whole fire making, the spooning thing he's talking about and all that crap. It's not true, okay? Petito's boyfriend, they say it will take forensic evidence to place Brian Laundrie at the scene. Petito's boyfriend, Laundrie, remains a person of interest in her homicide, but thus far is only facing criminal charges for allegedly using her bank card without authorization. Morgan says that because Petito was strangled, there could be fingerprints or DNA at the scene. And those things I would have to look at very, very carefully as a prosecutor, he added. Dr. Blue did confirm the DNA was taken from Petito's body, but he declined to speak on any possible suspects in the case. Morgan's observations have likely been noted by investigators in the case as they seek to build it. That means to me his story on the notepad was totally false. He knew people were close by, and that is why he bolted. Okay, so I'm going to show you one more thing after this, but let's discuss this quickly while we're here as a pre-thought. I'm so glad you guys are sticking around because I don't want you to miss this. I've got like talking fast, right? Talking fast. My thought is now back to the original thing of what people were speculating is that after they went to the Mary Piglet's Tex-Mex restaurant, a fight already broke out in that van. Remember the van? The door opening, the door closing. The door was open and the door closing and all that. That was on. Wait. Hold on. On August 27th, I just think of Red, White, and Bethune's voice. On the 27th. Yes? The van door closed. That was the day they went to the Mary Piglet's Tex-Mex restaurant, and she was allegedly murdered on the 28th, right? Speculatively. August 27th, right? That's what Red, White, and Bethune said. Now imagine if after the Mary Piglet's Tex-Mex thing, and already some people speculated that he already murdered her in the van. That's not too far-fetched now, based on what was just described with that article and the crime scene, that there's no dragging, sign of struggle or anything like that. You know? So him, this describing of carrying her and going across and making the fire, lies. If he had already murdered her in the van, speculatively, he would have waited till it's dark. Definitely would have closed the door just like he did with the Red, White, and Bethune footage that we saw. And when it was dark, carried her across that creek. So part of his story is true. Part of it. Part of the story might be true. Speculatively, I'm just speculating. Carried her across the creek and his knees buckling and all that crap he's saying. And then put her at a place where they already made a little campsite, or maybe he made it right then and there. Yes. You guys are like, WTF. That's what I'm thinking. Her little shoes were outside the van doors. If anything, he dragged her with a top. Yep, that's what I'm thinking. That he just put her body there and left her, made up a little campsite. Like, ooh, okay, let's just set up a little fireplace, put a fire there, leave her there. He probably left her body there and made a fire and got out of there. That's what I'm thinking. He wrapped her in the seat cover. This is pure speculation, but, yeah, speculatively, he wrapped her in the seat cover. Speculatively, yes. Speculatively, yes. Oh, my word. Yeah, she was not dragged, according to the article before. Not dragged, so there were no drag marks. A top would be pretty smooth, though. I think he carried her. I think he waited till it was dark, so that's why the door closed like that. He's like, ooh, crap, just like people are coming by. Waits till it gets dark, and then carries her across that creek to put her down there, all the way across to hide the body, but out in the open, and make as if, whoa, I don't know what happened to her here, because there was like a little campfire, and obviously someone had camped here, but it wasn't him. And then remember, he sent texts between her phone and his phone. Remember, that's part of the evidence, to kind of simulate that either they're fighting or in a relationship, whatever they're doing, there's text between them. I think those texts were saying, well, fine, they will break up, but you can just stay out there by yourself or whatever. You see what I mean? See what I mean? Yes. Okay. No tire marks either. Carry dead body isn't easy. It's dead weight. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Take a break if you need to. Ange says, sorry, but much to imagine need to take a break. If you need to take a break, Nerdy Bunny says, take a break. Take a break if you need to take a break. Okay. This is the trigger bunny. If you guys want to laugh about it, go ahead. Laugh. This is the trigger warning bunny. Okay. We do that over here. We do consider people's mental health, PTSD, trauma, things like that over here. I try to cover it quite gently. I mean, true crime is true crime, but I do it as tactfully and gently as possible. I haven't said anything graphic. The stickers, what's under the stickers? I mean, will we ever know? That's the thing. Could they peel those stickers off and see what's there? I agree. Yeah, I don't think he got far because he underestimated the weight of a dead body. Woo. Yeah, put that bunny there. The info I read about her body being found in her sleeping bag is very dark to think about. That is very dark to think about. Okay, now, wasn't the orange marks on the rocks blood locations? Apparently, wow, there's big arguments about those marks. This is what you're referring to? Ooh, at the time, I was speculating big time about these orange marks. But then people came for me and said, you're crazy. These are just marks for the searchers to know where to go, to follow a trail, which makes sense to go in and out of the crime scene. They have to follow the markings. Cool, could be that. But for me, this picture right here is like, how is that a marking? Could be speculatively, but I'm like, what is going on here? This one still bothers me, especially when you look at just this weird little branch here, the rock, that there's a marking like this and whatever this is. And then I don't know what's going on here. It's just interesting. Yeah, they call it dead weight for a reason. And here's some more of them. If you guys see, this got the number on it. So I think this could have been, like they say out there, sometimes it's for target practice or things like that. Yeah, there's a bunch even on rocks, right there. And this was where she was found. Gabby. Brian. And then there was also this marking right here. This is where she was found. Yes, and here's like the little fire pit thingy. Rocks put in a circle, really. Of course, I would speculate he made to make it look like they were camping there. Didn't they say the orange marks were marks for hikers? Yeah, they say it was. Well, they say it's for target practice. It's for hikers. And then later it came out from what I saw from law enforcement that it was actually markings to, for the people who were out there in the recovery process to be able to not contaminate the scene, to be able to follow a certain trail, follow the markings, maybe even with the numbers, speculatively, to not contaminate the scene. That's what I remember. I think he carried her. She was tiny, probably no more. Yeah, exactly. I agree. And he said she was so thin, which means she could have really not had food at a time at the hotel. I know you guys say she could have loaded up on the buffet. She could have, her dad ordered a pizza, but she could have only maybe in those 6 days had a pizza. We just don't know. Maybe she was in a certain physical state. If he had DV'd her, that she didn't go downstairs. I don't know. Yeah, not hiking markers, right? I think it's markers from what we saw that time for the searchers or the rescue team to not contaminate the scene. Okay, don't get too graphic. Don't get too graphic on what he did to Gabby, okay? But I get it. Wait. Maybe he hit her over the head. Okay, that's not too graphic. Maybe he hit her over the head in the van when she was going in and out of consciousness. Maybe that's when he brought her to the site. Maybe. Yeah, she was already pretty thin there in the police stop video, like stress going on there. Absolutely. But imagine if she'd lost even more weight because of being in that hotel from the 17th to the 23rd. And then he fought with her so much at the Mary Piglet's Tex-Mex restaurant. And it might have been for what she wanted to order, for all we know. Markers for the crime scene. This people really, they really argued with me about that. Marco, this is what I said initially, that I think it's markers for a crime scene. But then they said no. So I don't know. But let's just go up top here because they say the markers at the Spread Creek campsite in Wyoming are about 100 yards from the memorial cross made out of rocks where Gabby's body was found. A retired police chief told Daily Mail that he's never seen these types of orange markings at a crime scene. So that's what they say there. And then let's just see, what is this article that I have for you? Yeah, Gabby Petito crime scene, hiking shoes found near victim, body was not buried. And this was October 13th, 2021. A day after a Wyoming coroner announced that 22-year-old vlogger Gabby Petito died by strangulation, a former prosecutor opened up about the crime scene and what it shows. Helicopters with KSL TV flew above the area where searchers found Petito's body on September 19th and reportedly spotted a pair of hiker's boots beside her unburied body. A reporter with the outlet said Gabby's body may possibly have been covered with a blanket. One of the many things I've been seeing in the story is a history of these individuals getting into fights, and she attacked him. Okay, Salt County prosecutor Kurt Morgan said, I don't see that here. All I see is one individual who suffered the damage and no evidence of injury created by her. Morgan added the incident likely happened quickly. That's what we read before. This is just another version of the article. This was quick. This was not sitting here for 5 or 6 hours, as Brian Laundrie describes in his freaking notepad, trying to figure out how to conceal a crime. He said, adding that authorities will need forensic evidence to put Gabby's boyfriend, Brian Laundrie, at the crime scene. He's wanted on a felony warrant following the death of Petito. Laundrie and Petito embarked on their cross-country trip in July, and Bertolino is implying that Roberta wrote this letter to him before the trip even started. So before July? Wow. But by September 1st, Laundrie returned to his parents' Oh, but what about the in-between? By September 1st, Laundrie returned to his parents' Northport, Florida home with Petito's van. Without her. On September 19th, authorities found Gabby's deceased body in a remote area at the Bridger Teton National Forest in Wyoming. Authorities issued a federal warrant for Laundrie for allegedly using a Capital One bank debit card without permission after Gabby passed away. Laundrie is said to have used the card between August 30th and September 1st, knowingly and with intent to defraud. So you see, to defraud, and then he sent those text messages. So I think he was just pretending. He was just pretending that she was still alive. You know what I mean? That's probably why he did it. Just like that other story we saw the other day. The missing person Monday story. If you missed that, go check it out. Ooh, I must also share with you one of the missing person stories we shared on Monday. Ariana Plum has been found safely. Oh my word, so exciting. I love it. I love it when that's the outcome. Okay, so, okay, lost my train of thought for a second. Wait. Oh yeah, in the missing person Monday one, this guy, as we see in many of these crime cases, was using her cards, pretending that it was her or to get her attention or whatever it is. Laundrie's parents have insisted that they have no clue where he is. They claimed he left their residence with a backpack on and headed to the Carlton Reserve on September 13th. They reported him missing 4 days later. Interesting, right? Yes. Did they release the autopsy on Brian Laundrie and how many bones were found? Yes, they did. I hope you'll check it out. I did a full read through of every single page of that, as well as making a visual presentation for you that makes it easy to remember exactly what was found, exactly which bones, and all that kind of stuff. So I hope you'll check it out. I'll show it to you later if I remember. So yeah, that is that article. And then if we there was one more here. So yeah, no signs of struggle. Is this the one? Yeah. Wait. Is this the one I read? Yeah, this is the one I read. And we saw this one. Oh yeah. I had 3 of them just in case. I like to this is our deep dive. I look at all all the articles, all the information, everything I can find, all the documents, whatever I can find, right? So yeah, this we already saw. And we saw that. So we can go back to maybe this. So they say, under the stones, Daily Mail noticed that the ground was disturbed and there appeared to be a small fire pit nearby. A retired police chief told Daily Mail that he's never seen these types of orange markings at a crime scene, but suggested the FBI had their own way to process a scene. If any of you are rolling in now and you're wondering, why the hell am I still talking about this? Let go of the case, leave it alone. No. 1, we want justice for Gabby. But 2, we want to make sure that Brian and his parents and possibly Bertolino are outed for the liars they are. Okay? We on Gabby's family's side. If Gabby's family, if you guys are watching this and you ever want to be on Grizzly True Crime and tell your truth, your story, always welcome. I've never said that, but I hope they know. Always welcome. Okay, so I'm just also fed up with the lies. Are you guys also? We're fed up with the lies. So much BS. We're not that dumb. You know what I mean? Okay. So they say Gabby's body was found in the area on Sunday, and the next day her death was ruled a homicide. The manhunt for her fiance Brian enters its 6th day, and he's been declared a person of interest. Remember all that? So I'm going over this again so you can see. They say exclusive crime scene photos show several trees and rocks at the site of Gabby Petito's murder, marked with orange spray paint and numbers by the FBI. Interesting. Yeah, fed up. I really believe he killed her with premeditation, says Toy Area. I mean, wow, going home from the 17th to the 23rd, being back on the 24th, and then already murdering her on the 28th. Yeah, I think so, and especially where they went and all that, right? Yeah, fed up. They also say, a rock is seen with orange spray paint at the site of Petito's murder. Her body was found Sunday after she was reported missing. So yeah, these are the crime scene photos from what we had. This is where they found her. And the description was quite interesting. One super botched investigation from the beginning, right? Someone was found safe. Yes, Ariana Plum was found safe. If you don't know who that is or what the case is all about, please check out the episode I did on Monday, Missing Person Monday. Bertolino called police to let them know the dirty laundries were headed to the preserve. That as well, right? We have no explanation for that trip home mid-August. That bothers me. It bothers me too. Okay. So here they say Gabby last spoke to her family on August 25th from Grand Teton National Park, Wyoming. She'd been traveling with Laundrie in the couple's camper van since July, and the two were meant to return home in October. Now, I'll go over this all in the next deep dives of page 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the notebook pages we have, because, of course, Pat Riley says there's more pages. We'll go over that as well. I know we don't want to see Brian's face, but it just reminded me now when they say they were meant to return home in October. In his notebook or notepad, he writes about, we'll never have holidays. And remember the last post he made, I believe, on Gabby's behalf, unless she made it, but I don't think so. I think he made it. Happy Halloween. Yeah, I think it means, oh man, we never finished the trip. Again, with the OCD type style thinking. We didn't finish our trip. We didn't get to Halloween because that's where the trip would have ended, was Halloween. So no holidays, because there's no photos of them from the 4th of July, from Christmas, from Valentine's Day, from any holidays and anything that they've ever shared online, at least. Okay, so her stepfather, James Schmidt. So remember, he writes about hiking with TJ, and then he talks about TJ and James. He would have wanted to let them kill him, but he doesn't want them to pay time for the crime. Oh my word. Please, 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 Brian, my goodness. Shh, just rather don't say anything. Don't keep their names out of your mouth, you know? Her stepfather, James, visited the exact spot where her body was found in Wyoming and created a memorial with stones. Schmidt, who's married to Petito's mother, Nicole, traveled from New York to Wyoming last week to help with the search for the missing van life traveler. Laundrie, however, traveled back to his family's Northport, Florida home on September 1st without Gabby and refused to speak to authorities about her disappearance. It's just good to go over this again and pin it all in your mind for the next upcoming pages, okay? Gabby's funeral will be held on Monday in Holbrook, New York, and will be open to the public. We lived that together. Oh, man. I cried on camera. It wasn't pretty, but necessary. Oh, my word. Gabby's funeral will be held Monday. So Laundrie was believed to be hiding out in his parents' Florida home until September 14th. You see? But then they say 13th, and I speculatively still think he could have run out on the 17th because that's when they reported him missing. His silver Ford Mustang was also found abandoned near the Colton Reserve with a note requesting it to be towed away. Wow. And then there were these photos as well. And this is the area where she was found. Oh, man. And not buried. He just left her there, just like that. And then he has the audacity to say in his notepad, please pick up my things. Gabby hated people who littered. Oh, is that why then you left her out there in a littered environment? Wow, you did exactly what she hated then, in your own words. But Gabby didn't hate people. He's just, oh my word, he's just horrendous. Wow. Okay, and remember all the divers. Oh, these pictures are hard to look at. This one I can look at. Laundrie was last seen more than a week ago, leaving his parents' home in Northport, Florida, with a backpack. Look. You see there? Do you guys remember this? The initial reports were that Brian Laundrie left on foot with a backpack. And there it is. The initial reports when we followed the case were that he left with a backpack on foot. The neighbors said, yeah, we saw him on the 17th. Okay. They were petitioning outside the house on the 14th. The neighbors saw some dude with a backpack running away, actually jogging away on the 17th. And then on the 17th, they reported him missing. So I still think the Mustang going out there on the 13th and being back on the 15th was probably just a setup by the parents while they were helping him trying to escape. Okay. But initially, it was reported he left on foot with a backpack. So they're just so cool to see it right there in writing. Oh, my word. Remember all this? What? Yeah, happy Halloween. Chills. She just wanted to write a blog and travel. I know, right? The statement by the Bureau's Denver desk says, while this warrant allows law enforcement to arrest Mr. Laundrie, the FBI and our partners across the country continue to investigate the facts and circumstances of Ms. Petito's homicide. We urge individuals with knowledge of Mr. Laundrie's role in this matter or his current whereabouts to contact the FBI. Authorities are continuing to search for Laundrie, who was last seen by his parents and his attorney last week. Steve Bertolino, Laundrie's attorney, issued a statement Thursday evening after the FBI's arrest warrant for his fugitive client was made public, emphasizing that the warrant was not for Petito's death, but for related activities that took place after her demise. Oh, really? We're going over it again, you see. It's my understanding that the arrest warrant for Brian Laundrie is related to activities occurring after the death of Gabby Petito and not related to her actual demise, Bertolino told the Daily Mail. Oh, my word. They were shadowed by undercover agents as they broke cover and drove 150 miles to meet the attorney. Remember this? And for people, right, we can see a good look. We've got a good look of Roberta, yeah. Roberta, as Pascal says. Oh, yes, I remember the Stan text too. Can you help Stan? I just keep getting his texts and voicemails. Wow. Okay, so lawyer Steve Bertolino flew from New York to Florida specifically to meet with Brian's parents after a federal arrest warrant had been issued for the missing 23-year-old on Wednesday. A convoy of unmarked vehicles first tailed Christopher and Roberta Laundrie as they left their Northport, Florida home and headed towards Orlando earlier this morning. In surreal scenes, undercover agents believed to be with the FBI followed the couple into the Orlando Public Library on Thursday and hovered in the aisles, perusing 80s dance CDs. Wow, and a Colombian art installation while keeping them under constant surveillance. Though it's not clear what they were doing in the library, it's now known that the couple met Bertolino in Orlando during their trip. It's my understanding that the arrest warrant for Brian Laundrie is related to activities occurring after the death of Gabby Petito and not related to her actual demise. Bertolino told Daily Mail. The FBI is focusing on locating Brian, and when that occurs, the specifics of the charges covered under the indictment will be addressed in the proper forum. Remember then when Bertolino said that they're also grieving, and we're all like, wait, what? What do you mean grieving? Here's a clear view. Question the Laundries that know the entire stories. Remember the police thought Roberta was Brian. Oh my word, how can it even be? Even now, when we look at this, yeah, I saw that one as well. Linda did a great job with the videos of the stand text. Almost making, I agree. She did a great job. I just wonder if, like, is he that smart though? Does he think he's that clever in that moment, But maybe. Maybe it was just a slip up of using the grandfather's name as first name, right? But you never know. Okay, so how can this be Brian? How could this have ever not been? Can I not make accusations by asking? In the very beginning, was it not said that her dad drove by, saw the van at the house, and that's when they became concerned about where Gabby was? I think they were already trying to reach Gabby and then reach the Laundries and reach everyone. I'm not sure. That one, I'm not too sure if he actually drove by the house or not. Do we know what that is on her arm for her? What reason does she have it? I mean, it's like a compression stocking type thing. And it would normally be for like lymphedema or something like that, which I have no idea if she's ever had breast cancer or an operation or I don't know. I don't actually know if it's like some kind of operation on an arm, but it's usually to reduce swelling, that type of thing. But we just actually don't know. When will Roberta's letter be available? That's like literally the question of the day, right? Question of the day. Possibly Stan is code for Bertolino. Oh my word, probably. Wow. Read Chris's body language in that pic. I mean, in this picture, it's like she the man with a plan. She's wearing the pants right here. She's like, oh, okay, don't worry, I've got this. He's just like looking at the ground, kind of humiliated, going along with it, overwhelmed, shocked. I don't know. What do you think? I think she's the mastermind. Yeah, she can't even wear that mask right. Oh my word. Even here, see, he's still looking down. She's like looking at him like, oh, okay, shifty eyes. Here they were in the library. The couple who followed inside the public library. Who hovered in the aisles as they kept them under constant surveillance. Yep. Yeah. Snark it up. Oh man, I love libraries. They're ruining it for me. And there they were in the car. Bertolino issued a statement Thursday evening of the federal arrest warrant. Yes. We already saw that. Look at them go. He's just like, get us out of here. He's just like, go. But she's like, she's always on the phone, man. She's always on the phone. She's always got the mask on. We've never really seen a clear view of her face, right? Arm cover usually for lymphedema after breast cancer. Yeah, that's why I'm saying, yeah, speculatively, yes. I don't know if that's it. And I want to share one more thing with you guys. What is up with the ads? I don't know. Ask YouTube. You should get YouTube Premium, guys. I'm telling you, it is so worth it. YouTube Premium, not sponsored. I think it's like $10 a month. You will never have to watch an ad again on any videos. Please get it. I would recommend do that. It's, oh man, it's a life changer, okay? Kathleen over here, one of the mods, yes. She was like, you need this. And I'm like, I don't know if I need it. You need it. I could tell you guys, I know that before life, okay, before YouTube Premium and after. I don't know, honestly, how you guys make it through any videos on YouTube with those ads. Oh, hell no. When he told his parents he and Gabby were going on a cross-country van trip, Mom may have written him an advice letter. If she makes you so angry you feel like killing her, I'll bake your cake. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking as well. Grinning Al. Yes. Wait, what? If you get YouTube Premium, how does creators get paid if they don't get the AdSense? They still do. From what I know, they still do. Can you hit what? The full screen green button on the top left in your browser. Oh, this? No, but that goes smaller. This is as big as I can go right now. Of course, I'll link this all. Ooh, that's insane. YouTube Premium pays creators more than AdSense. YouTube Premium. Okay, good to know as well. YouTube Premium is the way to go. Okay, I'm telling you. Don't even worry about the I don't know. That sounds weird to say don't worry about paying creators, but please, you need YouTube Premium because at the end of the day, we want you to watch the videos. And I would really struggle to make it through a whole video if there were ads the whole way, the whole time. Okay. Yeah, I didn't participate on YouTube until Premium. Premium is the way. Okay, that's true. Ad blocker works too. That's true. Or ad blocker. But YouTube Premium is so good. I would not be able to do all this true crime YouTube stuff and meaning all my research and watch things and do things. Whoa, if I didn't have it. Okay, so we've gone through this. I'm just going in. They say Christopher 62 looked agitated and unhappy as he talked on his phone while Roberta, 55, paced up and down in the lobby, occasionally glancing suspiciously at the plainclothes operatives. They waited inside the library for 30 minutes, not stopping to look at a single book or display before ignoring a request to comment from a Daily Mail reporter and hopping back in their rare Dodge Ram truck. Moments later, the vehicle was spotted entering a downtown Orlando parking garage attached to a large office building. Oh my word. They emerged, drove to their home in Northport, tailed the entire way back to their front door by the same convoy of unmarked law enforcement vehicles. The couple first set out on the trip earlier this Thursday. We already know about this. I'm just going over it one more time. You see, I know 30 of you have left, okay? Because you're like, we know this. But this is important because we're going to go over the timeline again. Look, she's making plans. She even got a pen out. Is that the pen she used to write the notepad stuff? Sure, looks like the color from the last sentence, don't you think? You don't get ads on your phone. That's cool. Put that mask over your nose. Yes. I also can't believe they still live in that house. Allison, you have too many monthly recurring payments. Man, if you could cancel any one of them and get premium, I would. That's how much I would recommend it. It's a life changer. Yeah, Ghislaine Maxwell got 20 years. If you want to see the coverage of that, I did that on my second channel, which is called Grizzly Antidote. So go there. We talked about the Jared Leto cult, Little Nas X. We talked about Ghislaine Maxwell's 20-year sentence. Yes. Yeah, she's busy dictating the letter right here. She's got the pen in hand, everyone. Oh, my word. Okay, so and here she... Oh, Saleo, look, she's putting the mask on properly here. She listened. She heard you. She heard you. Where's the camper, right? Where's the camper? And then off they go here. Uh-huh. Look in the pictures here. He's looking exhausted. She's still thinking plans, smirk, plans. Blue big gel pen, same as the notepad. Especially the last sentence. I do remember this, yes. Yes, I do. Yeah. I was big on that theory. Not necessarily of the hand, just that he was hiding in a bunker in the garden. Oh, you mean Chris? Damn it, man. You gotta put your mask on properly, Chris. Wow, YouTube Premium is so good. Do you still need to do memberships? What do you mean? YouTube Premium is completely separate to membership and everything. Membership is a way to support content creators. So you see what I mean? You could do YouTube Premium and then support content creators still if you wanted to. Yeah, he looks defeated when he's next to her. He does. And yeah, she making plans. She plotting right here. This is such a game changer. I'm telling you guys, not sponsored. Listen, YouTube, are you seeing this? I'm promoting your freaking YouTube Premium, but it's so good. Okay. We're almost there. I want to go over one more thing, which is about this property being sold. Oh, these pictures are hard to look at based on the case and all that. I know, right? We love Gabby, but I don't like seeing Brian there with her. Oh, no. See, Gabby last spoke to her family on August 25th from Grand Teton National Park. She'd been traveling with Laundrie in the couple's camper since July. The two were meant to return home in October. This we know. Look. That's Brian, everyone. How did they mistake it? She's still got a little tail cut right here. Wow. How did they mistake her for Brian? Look at him. He's just like, oh, man, when is it going to be over? Never. Yeah, Melon Boy, Marco. Brad Hamill, thank you for your $3 super sticker. Don't worry, mods. I won't be much longer. Gabby was such a beautiful girl. I agree. I get sad when you sign off. Like, I want to hear more. I also get sad when I sign off. I just know people's attention spans. Yeah. You see, already 40 people have left us. They're like, you know what? I'm out. I'm done. Okay, maybe they had to go make dinner or something. Oh, the Mustang. Remember this? Oh, my word. This is just like, wow. And the camper and all that. The neighbors who speak as the search intensifies. Remember that? Could actually be quite interesting.
Charlene and William Guthrie live right across the street from the Laundrie home where Brian and Gabby were living before they went on this trip with Brian's parents, and they join me now. Charlene and William, thank you very much for being here. I know you moved there at the beginning of the summer, but you're literally across the street. What did you observe when Brian returned from the trip and you saw that white van that had belonged to Gabby?
Yes, I remember.
Didn't know it was Gabby. We just assumed it was his van. We just thought they had come back from wherever. We didn't know they were on a trip. We just assumed they were went back to their house or wherever they had gotten the house, wherever they were. We didn't know much about them at all. Nothing at all, actually. And they just came back home. We thought she was in the house with the parents or mother or whatever, and that was pretty much it. I mean,
so after that, the FBI came and took that van away. You saw Brian and his dad working on one of their campers in the driveway. Charlene, can you tell me about that?
Yes, tell us.
I actually didn't. My husband saw that. I didn't really witness.
Okay, so William, what did you see
gotten a camper,
in the driveway?
Yeah, well, I was doing some work in the front yard, and I noticed that they got a new camper for the back of the pickup, and I didn't think anything unusual. They got a new camper, so they wanted to put their own touch inside of it. I saw them doing some work.
Excuse me? Wow. I hope you guys didn't delete this comment. I want to respond to it. Where's the OnlyFans link? Jeez, lol. My response is, do I look like I miss a meal? Do I look like I miss a meal? Do you think I need to do OnlyFans? Snarking it right up. Appreciate the sense of humor though. Okay. Don't worry, guys. I'm okay. Okay, so I do remember Bullhorn Betty. We're going to listen to more of this. I'm just like, wait, what? They remember Brian and the dad working on the camper because, they wanted to add their little special touches. Why? For what? For what? I remember this clip, right? Me too. Okay. So let's play the rest of it.
Then when they prepared for their trip, I saw them loading the camper.
Now, you're talking about Brian and his parents after he returned home. Is that correct? In a different camper?
Yes.
Okay.
The van is his. His father has a pickup truck, which they purchased a in-bed camper.
Like an attachment camper. And then you say that they packed up that camper, Brian and his mom and dad, and they went camping. Do you know that for sure?
We saw them. I saw them loading it up, and so I assumed.
This is a very interesting little clip right here. It's got my full attention. I'm like, whoa, just sipping my gin and tonic over here and being like, oh my word, ready to snark it right up. When are you going to come to the USA? I would love to come to the USA. When? I don't know. Anytime. Who's inviting? Where am I staying? What's happening? Glad you have a sense of humor, lol. If you want to see my sense of humor, there's a lot of it on Patreon. Okay, and there's a lot of it on my second channel. The second channel is, of course, free to watch. Go watch there. A lot of humor. I told you guys my Martha Stewart story yesterday and embarrassed myself. So go watch that if you're into that. Yeah, could you imagine being their neighbor? I mean, damn. Right? Why go to Fort DeSoto? Why go on that family trip? There's more to that story, I think. I think so, too. There's so much more to that story. Yeah, G&T, Grizzly True Crime. Exactly. CrimeCon. I mean, I want to go to, maybe it just, I don't know if I like CrimeCon. I was going to say CrimeCon, but do I want to really go there? Do I want to? I guess if I had a booth, I would have a booth. Okay. And then I can meet you all. Right. But I don't know. Vegas, huh? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Already a sub there too as of today. Oh, cool. Yeah, I would love you to come to the US. I could do a whole freaking US tour from the east side to the west side. Yeah, the Martha Stewart story. Okay, let's go to CrimeCon.
They were preparing for, a camping trip with their new camper.
They were going for the weekend.
Yes,
so how long after he got back, alone in that white van? How long after that was this, when you saw them working on this other camper and getting ready to go away together?
Yeah, I can't remember, the dates.
Week and a half.
Yeah, probably week and a half. I agree with that.
So
yes.
did the police ever talk to you about what you saw, the parents and Brian working on this new camper and then leaving for a few days? Did they ask you about that?
I believe that we did give them that information.
We did tell them that they had gone on a camping trip for 3 days for the weekend.
Did you think there was anything unusual about that?
Well, to
After
me,
we knew they were missing,
yeah,
yeah, after Gabby was missing, yeah, when they came to our house on Saturday night a
yeah,
week ago and told us they were working a missing persons case,
yeah.
that,
And uh,
yeah,
also, which struck me as odd, as I spoke to my wife about, is that the parents going on a trip, I can see that, but taking their 23-year-old son in a small camper that's on the back of the truck struck us as odd.
Okay. Well, that's very interesting.
So even though, wait, did you guys say she's interviewing the wrong people? They don't know anything. However, it's still interesting what they say. It's still a little bit interesting when you're like, wait, what? What they said? What now? They may have had something planned for those 3 days. Yup, probably. You guys want me to go to CrimeCon so you can meet me? Why don't we just do a meetup in New York, where Lieutenant Peter Pronzo will protect me? Right? Okay, I want to show you one more thing, and then I'm going to go. Then I'm going to wrap it up. Okay. Even though I don't want to go, I like to be here with you guys. Oh, thank you. I like them too, huh? My arm is just like, oh, wow. Okay. Yes, I'm loving these. I have one other pair that I'm excited to show you too. Yeah, everything about the laundry is odd. Okay, let's quickly go to this email because it was very interesting. And I'm like, wait, what? I want to thank Brian Laundrie's parents in that movie. Maybe themselves. Who's playing Bertolino? Thank you for sharing the website. Wait, what? Gabby's dad went by the house, saw the van. Brian's parents told him. Then they're talking, get the lawyer's number. Okay. Interesting, Stephen. Interesting. There's like a lot of emails that just roll in. Oh my word. Okay, wait. I think it was from Wilma. Is it you, your message? I just want to show you this because it's very interesting. Where is it? Wait for it. We're still live. Stay here. You better stay there, people. Man, where's this laundry thing? It was so cool. It was just like, wait, what? Yeah, I think it is this. Yeah. So it says here, in witness whereof the grantor has hereunto set their hands and seals the day and year first above written. Now, this is cool to see the writing. The writing doesn't look like the notepad, but the notepad just could, if Roberta wrote it, she could have just written like Brian. You know what I mean? Maybe she's a bit of a forger. We don't know. Joe Pesci's Bertolino. Okay. Signed, sealed, and delivered in our presence. First witness signature. Okay, so we've got all these signatures here, and this expires August 13th, 2021. So the person who sent me this was interesting about this. It was about this warranty deed. The indenture made on July 30th, 2021 by Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie, husband and wife, whose address is 4343 Wabasa Avenue, Northport, Florida, 34287, hereinafter called the grantor, to John Michael Wheeler as trustee of the Wheeler Revocable Living Trust, whose address is, witnesseth that the grantor, for and in consideration of the sum of $10 and other valuable considerations, receipt whereof is hereby acknowledged, hereby grants, bargains, sells, aliens, remises, releases, conveys, and confirms unto the grantee all that certain land situate in Sarasota County, to wit, Condominium Unit 40, Saybrook Manor, a condominium together with an undivided interest in the common elements according to the declaration of condominium thereof, recorded in Official Records, Book 1551, page 2134, as amended from time to time of the public records of the Sarasota County, Florida. So, yeah, if we just look at this and the date, when was this date? This was the 30th of July, 2021. I hope you guys can see. And it is pretty interesting. I'm still looking at it, but I'm like, oh, this condominium, this expiry date was August 13th. And then, wow, on August 12th is the Moab thing. And then on August 17th, he's at home, clearing out on his way home, clearing out a storage locker. Sue says, Patreon is a whole other side of fun. For the members, please don't forget to look at the community tab because I have given you the link to a video that only you and the patrons can see, which gives you a glimpse of what I normally share on Patreon, as in some of the fun stuff that I share. There's actually a lot going on Patreon. There's watercolor art, which you've seen glimpses of also on my website. But there's art, there's scripts, there's documents, there's case discussions, there's videos, vlogs, all kinds of things. Yeah, condominium. So that was the condo. Maybe this was the condo they said that Gabby and Brian maybe lived in, even though Bertolino says that's ridiculous. They lived at the laundry home. But Rose, Gabby's friend, said they lived in a condo and not there. Right? Wow. This is quite a deep dive, huh? To have and to hold the same in fee simple forever, and the grantor hereby covenants with said grantee that the grantor is lawfully seized of said land in fee simple. The grantor has good right and lawful authority to sell and convey said land, that the grantor hereby fully warrants the title to said land and will defend the same against the lawful claims of persons whosoever, and that said land is free of all encumbrances except taxes accruing subsequent to December 31st of 2020. Interesting. And here the description, I believe the code they used was 43, which is transfer is allocated part of a bulk transaction. Very interesting, which I think was somewhere here. Where's that number again? Somewhere here. It might even be here. Ooh, my bad. But yeah, this is about a condo. Why would they only grant? I don't know. That's the thing. The plot thickens the whole time. Why would they only grant a condo for $10? And then he's got $20,000 in his bank account. What if it's this? What if it's the condo? The little bit of profit that was made from the condo. I don't know. Weird, right? It's very shifty. That's the point. So thank you to, I'll tell you now who sent it to me. Thank you to Wilma for sending me that. Please send me more and please explain also what you think it means, because like I don't have the whole document. I've got these 3 pieces, but tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Damn. Belle says Gisela is one talented woman, and Patreon provides a platform to present all facets of her life. True. Look for the animal commentaries. Yes, look for the animal commentaries, guys. Should I give them a small preview or what? I had heard he had a 401k from working. Oh, and where did he work? At the grocery store? At Publix or what? Is that where he worked? At the Publix. Let's end the poll. So what do you think the trip refers to? 35% Brian's trip back to Utah. The Fort DeSoto trip, 34%. The whole van life trip, 24%. And you might be right, because Bertolino said it's months before. However, it makes no sense. To me, the letter was written when Brian went home between the 17th and the 23rd. However, Bertolino says months before the trip. Maybe it was. Yeah, Publix. But did he really work there? It feels to me like he didn't work a day in his damn life, but did he? Did he? And something else, 7%. And I know you guys have been commenting it up. I look forward to reading through the live stream chat replay later, so that I can see what I missed, because I know I missed a lot of things. Did they take life insurance out on Gabby? Oh, that's quite a question, isn't it? That's quite a question. I've never been to a Publix, by the way. I've never been to one. It's a grocery store, right? I know Trader Joe's. And I know Costco. When I was a pilot, I used to, and I always say it like that because pilots, how do you know there's a pilot in the room? They're going to tell you. That's the joke. Okay. When I was a pilot, we used to fly to Washington and New York, and then we would always like, ooh, let's head to Costco. And then we go milling around the like food section where they've got all those little tasting tables, and that was dinner on day one. Okay. What a thing to do. It's quite trashy, huh? For us to be like, let's go there for dinner and just taste everything and we're fine. Great question about life insurance, though. Just went to Trader Joe's this morning. I wish I still had a P.O. box so you guys could send me Trader Joe's stuff, but I do not, because no. The costs in this country of having a P.O. box. They charge me $50 every time just to receive a package from you guys, no matter what it is. Swedish fish, I pay $50. What the hell? I want to quickly open this and I'll show you. Wait. I'm going to show you a preview now. Just hold on. I want to make this big screen. Yes. Okay. Animal commentary time. This is the type of thing that I share on Patreon. And here and there, I share one of these on YouTube membership. But really, YouTube membership is just a way to support me and my work, whereas Patreon is the same. But I offer a lot more perks on Patreon because you can offer a lot more formats of perks. So have a look at this one. This is what I do on Patreon, right? So, okay.
Believe what Brian Laundrie wrote in his notebook. Huh? Are you shaking your head like we're all shaking our heads? Yeah, you're all shaking your heads. What was that? Do you believe he wrote it? Or Roberta Laundrie? Yeah. Hey, I made friends with a dinosaur.
Yes. Okay, and I want to show you. We'll skip that, but I want to show you this. But wait till you see the end of this clip. So as you can see here, yes, as I was joking with a friend, this is like when all the web sleuths, when all the sleuths, which I'm part of, okay, content creators, when we have just one new piece of information, this is us. Our favorite baboons. There's Roger, Derek in the house, walking around. All of them are doing their rounds. So I found it interesting that they're all walking in this circular pattern. I'm like, what are they doing? But it's almost like this is like Black Friday, waiting for those doors to open so they can all get the specials, or waiting for a cafe to open in the morning, a Starbucks, so you can all get your coffee, right? So look at they're all doing rounds, all of them flexing. Me, I'm the main man. But look at all the male ones. They're all like, me, I'm the main man. And just give it a second and you'll see what happens at. So, yeah, Stefan says when JB starts a live stream, when Brian Enton sends out a tweet, when Grizzly True Crime goes live, okay, I could throw myself in there too. Or when any web sleuth hears, oh my word, there's new information, and it's like one sentence, we're all like, get it. Look, lunchtime. So let me know in the comments where you think they are. Is it McDonald's? Are they at Starbucks? Or what are they doing? But check this out. Am I right? So that's a glimpse of what I do on Patreon. And this video is 6.5 minutes long, and I've done a few of them already. And I've got more coming. I've got goat commentary coming. One goat I called Martha. She went to the spa. So yeah, we've got that. Mia Moore Michelle says, thank you for your $5 super sticker and supporting the channel. Thank you, Grizzly to Crime. Mods are wonderful. Heading back to Gabby's playlist. It's so good. Share and like this live. Justice for Gabby. Thank you so much. So on YouTube take 30% of whatever content creators make, between 30 and 35 actually. And then there's a 26% tax that applies, which is why PayPal is the best way to support me, because there's none of that, right? No one gets a cut. It's like into PayPal, into the bank account. Best way to support my work is PayPal. YouTube, it's cool because then you get to use all the emojis, and then we do a once a month Grizzly VIP party, of which the next one is on Saturday, where you get to ask me anything. Oh, yes. And this Saturday, we've got a guest, Zelivak, a friend who's got a podcast called How's It Haunting? Brilliant podcast. Very soothing voice as well, if you want to hear. And so he will be with me because he knew me before the YouTube days. So you can ask him any questions, any questions about those days. Okay, so that's on Saturday. So once a month for members and patrons, we do a members only and patrons only live stream VIP party. But on Patreon only takes 12%, you see. So instead of the 30 and the 26, they take 12. So it's a really great way to support the work I do. And I really give you cool perks on there as a thank you. So yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Cookie. Your makeup looks so good. Does it? Thank you. Thank you to Samantha saying, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Before I go, because I see some people are asking, what about Brian's autopsy and what about this and this? There's something I was actually rewatching earlier. It was on September 17th when I made my first video on the Gabby Petito case. And that's, the day that Brian was reported missing as well. I was like, wait, what? Because I was following it. And then Martin Montano, will always be grateful to Martin for saying, gee, I think you need to talk about the Gabby Petito case. And I was in the middle of covering the Chris Watts case. And I'm like, nah, I'm okay. I think I must just carry on with this. Like, just talk about it. The rest is history, okay? Now, 5 seconds of my stuff is going to be featured on a British documentary. I can't wait. 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Okay, so if we go to my channel, okay, firstly, I'm going to go to channels over here and show you again. Wow, guys, we had 905 subscribers. I need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to launch membership over there, so you can use really cool emojis over there, okay? And yeah, we've got the Mob Crew, Cinema Shogun, How's It Haunting, my friend who will be with me on Saturday at the Grizzly VIP party, so go check this out. If 5 more people subscribe over here, he can get a custom URL, which is pretty cool. Pascal Show, copy all these ones, right? Okay, now if you go to playlist, in case you don't know where it is, you can see all the playlists here. Liked videos, yeah, happiest day of my life. You can see what I was listening to today. It's private, but you can see what I last watched. Wow, happy as Tim. And I was doing that because Mr. Grizzly plays the guitar and the piano, and he was actually learning that song. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so if we scroll, everyone. Make sure we're scrolling. Where is it? Gabby Petito. There's 157 videos. Okay. When do you sleep? Literally hardly. I go to bed at 4 in the morning and I wake up at like 11 or 12 in the day and then I carry on. The question is, when do I exercise? Never. That's what it seems to be. I have a gym contract. I've got great running shoes and everything. And I'm just like, oh, I just work. Okay, anyway. So you can see the whole playlist here, 157 videos. And if you go all the way down, look, wait for it. We're going there. Oh, my word. Okay, wait. Whoa, I made a lot of videos on this case. Missing person, Gabby Petito, fiance returns home with her van, true crime unsolved. If you want to see some nostalgic moments, oh my word, go watch this one. I was watching this today and I'm like, whoa, because I wanted to see like what did they say in the beginning and how did I first cover it, right? But some of the latest stuff, if we just go up, wait, the ugly truth featuring the Laundries. I want to show you here, which is not that one, it's this one. Brian Laundrie Medical Examination Report Deep Dive Part 2. You see, so full Brian Laundrie Autopsy Report read along. 1 hour, 37 minutes. If you want that and you want this, you can see visual representations or visual presentations of all the information. So I would highly recommend checking those two out if you haven't seen the autopsy footage. I broke down like literally full analysis of the Moab body cam footage and all that. This one is pretty good. Gabby Petito crime scene and case discussion as well. So yeah, proof. Kaiden and Crystal saw Brian and Gabby on August 12th. Ooh, that's still interesting to me. Still interesting, okay? Application for the death certificate and more, all kinds of stuff. So you can see it there. You guys can see it there. Am I right? Thank you for being here. I know 100 people just dropped off. They're like, okay, I'm done. Okay, my needs are met. I'm done. You guys are so funny. Yeah, I do not sleep. We need to support all the work. Thank you so much. I won't lie. I really do work my ass off. I really do. Also, let's go to watch it. So yesterday we discussed the cult of Jared Leto, as you can see here. Justin Bieber's condition. That was interesting. Britney Spears' like meltdown moment or whatever. And we've got Spill the Tea Tuesday. We've got Amber Heard, Marilyn Manson. There might be a trial coming up for Marilyn Manson. All this kind of stuff. So if you like this kind of stuff, and I want to show you just one that I made, which is this one. If you like humor.
You poured yourself a mega pint of red wine, correct?
A mega pint.
Is this a mega pint? A mega pint.
A mega pint.
A mega pint.
A mega pint.
You poured yourself a...
Okay, so I make shorts on there as well with this little bit of animal commentary stuff because a mega pint. The goat was having a mega pint, okay? Everywhere I go, I can't help doing like true crime commentary or like scandalous. It's like scandalous animal commentary. So if you like that and you want to know all about Derek, the CEO, and him biting the other monkey's butt and all that, yeah. Patreon is the place for you. Someone just asked, is Patreon the same as membership? No, it isn't. It's kind of like BMW and Mercedes, Airbus and Boeing, Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Different companies, different platforms. Patreon, there's only 215, I think, Grizzlies over there. So it's a very exclusive community with very exclusive perks. The perks remain. If 40,000 of you join there right now, no problem. The perks remain. But there's so many things on there. There's my actual theory of the Delphi case. I'm like, oh my word. There was a whole moment we all had there. We discussed the case, the Delphi case, right? There's scripts, there's art, there's videos. And I post mostly twice a week on there. Yeah, I've got a jar of dirt. Mostly I post on there twice a week, in case you didn't know. You know, twice a week or so. And then there's behind the scenes stuff. There's vlogs. There's like literally furniture that I just painted. Our house looks amazing. I just painted furniture all white. It looks so nice to take thrift store furniture, paint it all while listening to True Crime. Duh, on YouTube Premium. True Crime all the way. Do all my research while painting. That was really great. Yeah, Coke's way better than Pepsi. Says the marketing, right? But no, I agree. The taste as well. My dog stepped on a bee. Yeah. Shame, the poor bee. Okay, one more thing before I go. One more. Here it is, so that you understand it all. A website I made by myself. 2 channels, Grizzly True Crime, Grizzly Antidote. That's me in the middle. If you want to hear my podcast episodes, they are exclusive on Patreon. YouTube, join the Grizzly community today with that little like motto type thing, right? Patreon, it explains it right here. It's a separate membership platform, not affiliated with YouTube, where you can maximize your support for my work. And as a thank you, you get access to exclusive perks. It includes videos, documents, art, scripts, behind the scenes updates, news, discounts, podcast episodes that you don't get on any other platform. So it's a very cool place to be. Every single tier gets the same benefits, whether you pay €1 a month or whether you pay €17.50 per month. You get the exact same benefits, same as YouTube membership. You get the exact same benefits. Books, of course, I'm a true crime author. I've actually authored 55 books in total, but there's 4 true crime books. I want to eventually just renovate a little bit the other books I wrote, and I will then share that with you, possibly even on this page, and possibly go through it on my other channel. They were like self-help type stuff, you know, looking at people who overcame a lot, you know, in life. And yeah, so anyway, art, you can see glimpses of my art. You might love it, you might hate it. You can order custom pieces from me, but yeah, I'll have to monitor that because it might get out of hand based on my time. But anyway, and I do like watercolor art and little sketches and things like that. This is my style of drawing, okay? Mr. Grizzly loves my style of drawing. He's like, oh my word. Merch, if you've got merch, please send me some pictures. You can see both of my stores here. I'm showing you this so it's real easy, okay? Support, this is finally the best way to support me is directly on PayPal, and the second best way would be to buy me a coffee. Third best way, Patreon. Fourth best way, YouTube membership, okay? We've got all our mods listed over here as well. Dream team, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. And then connecting with me, you can actually find me like this easily, just with one click on each TikTok, Instagram, or Twitter. And here you can type an email to me if you want to. Okay, so that you don't get lost. It's grizzlytruecrime.com. Super easy to remember. I made it for you guys. Literally made it for you. Okay, I had to make an investment financially to actually have all that, you know how it goes, the templates, the freaking domain name, the what, but I think it's worth it. Yes. Okay. Best mods. Thank you so much, mods. I agree, Mac. Best mods in the world. Best mods in the house. Still feels weird to see my name there. I hope you guys had fun today. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you'll hit the thumbs up. Please, if you can, please share this episode. If you share it to Twitter, please remember to tag Brian, Anton, and JB, because why not? WFLA. Don't forget Walt as well. Don't forget Walt. Thank you so much, Erin. Don't go. It's not 4 a.m. yet. Oh, I know, right? But you know that right now it is 11:30 in the evening for me. And I still want to film part 3 of my Brian Laundrie analysis, the notebook thing. Probably be up beyond midnight. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Okay, now I'm gonna play my outro. Fury says hi. Hannah says hi. So I'm gonna play that, and I will see you in the next upload. Subscribe, hit the bell so you know when I'm doing that, and I'll see you soon. Okay. Remember, Saturday Grizzly VIP party. Sunday Case Club. They've released new pictures of Caitlin Armstrong. Interesting. Case Club. Monday Missing Person Monday. Every Sunday, Monday, 5 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. Bye.